Hi Aries, how are you? In this reading, we are going to look at your current relationship or situationship, the person or situation that you're dealing with, okay? Looks like we've got the Chariot here, so Cancerian energy. You could be working on some travel plans. The Chariot card is about forward motion. It ties into destiny, but often travel, okay? Funny thing about this one in this deck is she's riding a snail, so something very slow and relaxed about it. This could be representing something that you really want and you feel like is taking too long. Okay, so let's look at your current energy. Oh, breaking free. 8 of Swords. I get so frustrated with the lighting. I have it, I practice, I get it all set up before I turn on the camera, and then I turn on the camera and boom. Okay, so this is like being kind of feeling caught, or maybe you're coming out of your shell, or you're breaking free of some negative thinking. Doing so in the pre-shuffle, I want to tell you, I got a lot of. Often I show you guys the cards in the pre-shuffle. I'll just tell you it was a Wheel of Fortune. I did get the Tower. I did get some return energy, but there was a lot more heavy influence on growth and healing. That maybe so much that you're letting go of even caring about, not caring, but hanging on to, or really feeling like you're depending on someone returning. Okay. Overall energy, the Devil. So yeah, this would be like an attachment. Something that's probably kind of hard to let go of. It's very intricate, it's complicated. So some sort of complicated situation between you and the other person. It could actually be a job or a family dynamic, but often it's love. But let's keep going. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Second time, King of Cups. So there is a lot of love here. And again, we see this ship breaking through this opening. It's kind of like finding your way when it didn't seem like there was a way. See, these cards are, y'all's energy, I believe, is super strong. Both these cards are depicting, you know, kind of like a small crack, you know, it's not a big, wide open opportunity, but you're finding a way, you know, something like that. Two of Wands, look at this. Two of Wands is choosing a direction, a path to follow. Maybe the easier way would be kind of, you know, stuck in sadness, or not wanting to face up that this isn't happening the way you want, making it happen the way you can control instead of someone else. There's the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely a strong money energy here. Did I tell you guys that? I got the Wheel of Fortune in the pre-shuffle. It was with this one. I guess I shuffled it back in there, but it was with this deck. So Wheel of Fortune. So remember what I said, it's intricate. There's a lot of moving parts, or it's intricately woven, you know, it's complicated. See all these parts? Sorry guys, there. See how these wheels are turning. It's like it's like this was not a plan that you chose, or the vision is not real clear how to get there, right? It's like there's some way of, how am I going to accomplish this? How am I going to do this? But it's something like against the odds. You'll figure it out. Okay, Temperance, patience. Be patient with yourself. I think some of you may be needing to be reminded of that. Whenever you have that negative thought that, you know, tries to creep in and you know, talk down to you, you don't have to believe it. That's just old programming. You can not believe it. You can question it. Okay, so the thought is, I'm never going to get there, or I'm never, you know, money is hard, or it takes too much work. You can ask, is that even true? And then if it isn't true, then you can dismiss it, right? And switch to what is true. What is true is there is a lot of opportunity. You deserve good things. So if the negative thought is true, then you can say, okay, it is true. Can I do anything to change it? And then you explore that. If you can't do anything to change it, then you say, can I move forward and still succeed or still proceed and be successful even in spite of it? Okay. Just remember that just because our thoughts are there doesn't mean they're accurate. You can definitely question them. I would question them. But I feel like some of you are maybe being a little too hard on yourselves and need to put some time and energy into where you have accomplished and how far you've come. And it may not be showing up in you know, dollars yet, but it's part of the process is to do, you know, the work or the growth, whatever, you know, it wasn't for nothing. It just maybe hasn't shown up yet, but it's going to, and it was an intricate, important part of the plan. There's that King of Cups again. So now we've gotten it in, there's 2 Kings of Cups in this deck. There's 2 Emperors, there's 2 Queens. So anyway, the King of Cups, a lot of love. We're going to run through these cards too and read them as with a sign to you and a person here in a minute. Okay, what you cannot see, there is something hidden. The Moon card. That is so aggravating to me. There. It's the glare. But how do I not have a glare and have lights, you know? I wonder if I angled the camera down a little more. Anyway, something not unseen. There is something hidden that you, and that goes along with this card too. There's something that is part of the plan that's not yet revealed. And I believe this is calling for you to keep moving forward, even in spite of that. You know, sometimes we don't know we don't have to know exactly how things are going to work out or how they're going to get there, right? We just have to keep taking steps. Okay, Queen of Swords, truth. The Queen of Swords is somebody who wants the truth. She's all about the truth, not the partial truth, not twisted. She wants the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And she's very clear and direct. And somebody's looking. So that's your advice. It's in your advice position. You know, focus on the truth, not things that you make up in your head, or, you know, maybe take emotion out of it and look at it as a outsider, so you can see things as you know, for what they are. Try to take the emotion out of it. The Queen of Swords, this is saying, you know, seek the truth. Don't fall for, you know, illusions, which is also with the Moon card is illusion. So Knight of Wands, somebody coming in fast and passionately. That's the outcome. Something coming in. Let's get some clarifiers. So I want to say the Hierophant is on the bottom of the deck. That's truth, stability. So remember, we have what looks to be like you breaking free, maybe from the energy of needing or wanting a return. It's kind of like, am I just hanging on to the hope of it all? Maybe I am afraid to let go of the hope because then it means it was all for nothing. It doesn't. You know, we can love people and we can still love people from afar. I mean, there is return energy. So we're going to dive in. We'll use some clarifiers too. So 9 of Swords. So there is an element of feeling like everybody's watching or seeing what's happening to you. All eyes on you. How are you going to handle this? Something big going on. 8 of Swords. But you're breaking free. And then, okay, let me just get these clarifiers out. 6 of Pentacles. So finances, money's coming. Ace of Pentacles. A very stable new beginning. Somehow love is tied into this, but this is money. And there's going to be some sort of big truth. I feel like maybe something shocking even. There's the Hierophant again. Okay. So, let's see. So in your current position, breaking free out of something. Maybe something somewhat tragic happened And even though it seems like this was all a very big negative, there is something very good coming out of it. See? Two of Cups. Two of Cups, two people who love, two people who see eye to eye, two people who give openly. It's not that struggle where you're like, how do they feel about me? You know, why don't I know? So coming out of something that you felt caged or felt like there was not much hope, breaking free of that thinking. Maybe your heart chakra is filled with love. That's all you can feel. Something bad or difficult happened. I'm still feeling that Tower. Okay, Page of Pentacles. That's, I don't know if I had the camera on yet, but the Page of Pentacles was coming out, and that's like, I was feeling like an apology with it. Why the Page of Pentacles with this Devil card? So between you and someone else, it does seem to be mutual. There is a mutual affection, attachment. Feels cosmic, like, why can't I let go of this person? The Emperor. Could be dealing with another Aries. Strong Aries energy. Strong, when the Emperor comes out with the Devil card, that indicates someone could indicate somebody trying to control things. And if that is you, whenever we find ourselves doing that, you can take a step back and go, wow, I really am trying to control how this person views me. You know? Or alter, or convince. Not typical Aries, but look at this, Ten of Cups. So there is definitely a happy ending here. We have a lot of love that's come up multiple times. It looks like you're choosing you're choosing happiness, even despite difficulty and challenge. And a lot of people are seeing it. I don't know how the money's tied in yet. What's the Wheel of Fortune? Okay, maybe the money is taking a long time. We picked up on that in the beginning. It is coming. Money is coming. You need to be patient with yourself. Not patient to the point where you're like, make it seem okay to stay in bed all day, right? If you're beating yourself up over, it feels, like you're not getting enough done and that kind of thing, that is probably your inner guidance system, your, spirit saying, that this is not what you should be doing. So that whole nonsense about you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, that's not always true. If I'm sitting on the couch eating Cheetos all day, I'm not right where I need to be. And that's why it feels uncomfortable, Okay, Temperance. We'll ask some really gritty questions about how someone feels about you. For those of you that's like a major part. Okay, so Temperance is the Star. So be patient with your dreams and hopes and healing. You are making a lot of progress. I think, the trick is not to tie yourself up with someone else's, with hope, too much hope that somebody else is going to do or be what you want. It is like, that's nice, but I'm not completely reliant on it. I create my path. There's like a magician, alchemy energy. Like, I create my path. I have this difficulty or this adversity or this unfair thing that happened. And I am going to, no matter what, even though it's hard and I could sit on the couch and eat Cheetos and be sad, no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to try and change someone and convince them of me and my value. I'm going to keep taking steps forward, and I'm going to be patient with myself and my progress. And I'm going to be proud of myself. But I don't have to prove myself to someone else. Somebody needs to be reminded, you do not have to prove your value to someone else. The right person sees it, but okay. It's going to be hard to see the value of someone who's sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. So ask yourself, am I the person that I would want to be with? And then you work on improving yourself for what you would want to be. But you're patient. okay about it. But see, we do have a return. 6 of Cups. Maybe don't forget your lighter side. You're dealing with something difficult. Maybe you, you know what I feel like? I feel like you may be having to face people or family that are going to be seeing you after you've been through something difficult. And so maybe that message is about don't worry about what they think so much. Just, you know, do it more for yourself. King of Pentacles. Somebody resourceful, family, father. Why I don't even know why I pulled that. What about the King of Pentacles? Oh, goodness, death. So I hope it wasn't a literal death. Death in tarot doesn't typically mean death. This did come out in pre-shuffle. I don't remember if I had the camera on. But the death card is about something ending and rebirthing. So something is blossoming that felt like it was over, but it's just more of a transition. I mean, death isn't really... we're energy, right? So let's just say this is a literal death. We're all energy, so energy can't die. It just transitions. Okay? Very interesting. These two cards are pulling something. I'm not sure. We're going to come back. I don't know. I do feel like there's a lot of money, a large sum of money somewhere here. Okay, so High Priestess. So the King of Cups, their next moves, if you're thinking about a specific person, it could be someone you haven't met yet, but the person that's coming towards you, we've got the King of Cups and the High Priestess. High Priestess. I know I deserve love. I know what I deserve. So interesting, this card won't leave me alone, the Hierophant. So somebody is coming in and probably going to propose something major. Something very stable. Could be marriage. That Hierophant won't leave me alone. Some of you may be getting engaged. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I'm feeling engagement, wedding, something. Also water. Okay. This is blessings, money, independence. Maybe not relying on someone. Why the Nine of Pentacles? Nine of Wands. Lots of scars, lots of history to get to where you are or where you're going. Eight of Cups. So what's hidden is somebody walking away. Oh, there's that Tower I was feeling. I'm still feeling this. Somebody is walked away or is leaving, and then somebody is coming back. It has something to do with money. So either it's not as wanted because now there's money somewhere else, or there's more money, or there's focus on, you know, more of the achieving goals. Tell me more about this Moon. What is the Moon? What can't we see? It's so funny because the Moon card is in the what can't we see position. What can't we see? Well, we can't see what we can't see. Page of Cups. So you're going to hear about somebody, either that from someone that walked away, or somebody is walking away. There's a very humble energy here. Somebody's been very humbled, and it's a good thing. It's a pretty thing. It's like no more showy pretend. It's like a layer of the onion was removed. This is a very positive reading. I hope I'm not portraying it as something other than that. Yeah, maybe somebody's failure or loss brings in a whole new level of stability and humility, truth, clarity. Whatever happened that was difficult is got a major silver lining, meaning something really good comes out of it. Why do we have the Knight of Wands? Nine of Cups, self-love. Okay, this is so intricate. This is one of the, if we had the channel up and was getting enough of the views, I would probably want to do an extended on this, because there's definitely more to this. You guys share in the comments if you know the depth that I'm not quite catching, but some sort of tower is leading to realizing value. The Nine of Cups is blessings, it's self-love. I think I just said self-love a little while ago. Whatever happened or transpired that was difficult has really cracked open the false illusion of pretending to be, it's like perfect or desirable, or it's like this new moment of realizing, oh my God, it's so much better just to be, it's something about authenticity. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so much better being my authentic self that's not perfect than I am keeping up an image. Right? It's not that you have to expose and overshare every thought and feeling, but there's this beauty in authenticity. Five of Swords, difficulty, conflict. And look at that, looks like, I always think of that as Abraham Lincoln in the background. Have you guys seen that photo? It was in my text. Now, I'm a lot older than most of you, but it was literally in my 8th grade history book. It was a photo of Abraham Lincoln, or maybe it was his wife, and the ghost of him showed up in the photograph behind him. And they didn't have trick photography like back then. And it was in my history book, textbook at school. So, I mean, it's crazy. That's what this reminds me of. So there could be a father or a husband there could be some heartbreak or difficulty around that. That person may be looking over you. That could be what this is. Because that father energy keeps coming. There could be I'm kind of feeling like it's more than it could be. I'm feeling like there is a loved one, maybe like a father that things were because remember here we had this, that things were unclear or not settled with, somebody that was very controlling. And now maybe there's a feeling, and first of all, maybe some things were not settled before, if somebody passed, and I think that person is watching over you. How did I not get this before? Everything is intricately woven. Some major tower happened. I believe you've got spirit or the past loved one kind of doing that whispering in your ear, trying to remind you how strong you are. Outcome is 10 of Cups. This person or spirit is telling you, do not falter here. We're going to run out of time. I'm going to have to do a bonus. I don't know why my battery is flashing, but it is. So I'm going to have to do a bonus. We'll dive more into the love. But this is somebody from, I believe, your past who has, spirit. It's either spirit or a passed on loved one watching you, guiding you, and encouraging you after something very difficult. Yeah, something very painful. And here's the spying card. Somebody from, I believe, passed on is watching and guiding you. And there's King of Pentacles. A father, a strong energy. God, I hate that my camera is flashing. Four of Wands. There is foundation here. Somebody is saying, hey, guess what? You're going to make it. And you're better than you think. And this is just one little glitch. Don't forget who you are. 8 of Pentacles. Somebody creative, somebody who can make things happen, somebody who sees beauty, somebody who creates beauty, somebody who is beautiful. Look at that. You need to shed your false beliefs. We'll have to do a bonus for love, but let me just see if I can get one more card. Temperance. Be patient with yourself. This reading blows my mind. Kind of gives me chills. Temperance. Be patient. Somebody's watching and whispering and reminding you to be patient. I think you've got a past loved one coming through. Somebody that may have been a little bit hard on you, or maybe was a mentor. I think it seems like an emperor energy. Okay, but this person, that energy is telling you to don't forget who you are. And they're watching and they're supporting. Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to go grab a new battery and continue. Or do a bonus. We'll call them bonuses, but I love you so much. Let's talk in the comments. Okay, bye, Aries.